Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob.
I'm Mel.
And today we're going to be playing a new campaign game for you. For how long, we will see. But we are playing Tales from the Red Dragon Inn. Full disclosure, we purchased this, one of the last copies we could find on planet Earth, at one of our local game stores, like a 1 hour drive away. I say local, but it's definitely local. I mean, there's game stores that are, I wouldn't consider local, that are more than hours away. But 1 hour drive, we went and grabbed this game, and it was based on some recommendations by folks in our chats and discords over the last year, maybe, when we were playing other campaign fantasy games on the channel, which we do if you're new here and you're not familiar with us. That's one thing I like to do, is play campaign games and either rage quit them or complete them and bitch about them, whatever I want to do with my money and my time.
We complete more than we rage quit.
Yeah, that's true, but just giving you a heads up. So some of the complaints about some of the other games we played over the years, and some of the positive things we said over the games we played over the years, they lined up with people recommending this game to us. Based on some of the things we complain about, they say, Rob, you got to give this game a try. And I remember this publisher at Gen Con. We go to Gen Con almost every year over the last 12, 13 years, whatever. And I see Slugfest Games booth, and I see the art, and I go up and I see the games, and I listen to the guy give the spiel about the games. And to be honest, I know they're popular, and I know people like these games, and they have their fan base. But to be honest, a little, what do you call that? Basically just judging a book by its cover.
Like a little superficial?
Superficial, that's the word I'm looking for, thank you. Being a little superficial when I'm making my choices of where I spend my money at a convention or on games in general. I am a little bit of a snob, because the first kind of fantasy games I fell in love with in the hobby were by Fantasy Flight Games, and they seem to hire pretty good artists and have great graphic design department and have a nice quality standard, and I feel set the bar with professionalism usually, with some of the quality cardboard and plastic they put together in a box. So when I saw this publisher, my superficial side said, okay, I just need to find the smallest thing to just rule out why I won't buy their games and I'm going to buy someone else's. And it was that it looked like a kid's game. It looked like a game designed by kids, for kids. They use very cartoony art, very I don't know, graphic design I remember learning in high school back in the 90s was the best looking thing. That's still what it feels like. Somebody who, doesn't know how to do layouts and templating on cards and stuff very well, but it's functional. It's passable, in my opinion, but everyone has their own tastes and stuff, right? So it's art subjective and all that kind of stuff. But to me, it just looked like a non-professional Kickstarter kind of, bunch of maybe high school students or college students put it together kind of thing. And I just didn't look professional. It looked just like a kid's game. That's what I thought it was. The Red Dragon Inn, I should say. Then they have Tales of the Red Dragon Inn. It's all the same universe, all the same art. All their games look the same. But this is the first one I'm going to play. And it's based on your guys' recommendations. So it better damn well be good. No, I'm just joking. Thank you for supporting the channel and allowing us to spend money on this game, so I didn't have to. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So yeah, we're going to play it. We're going to try it. And I think I can't remember exactly why it was recommended to us, but I'm assuming based on my research before we bought it, and after dabbling with the first scenario, I feel like it was recommended to us based on some of my complaints about, long setups and confusing weird rule sets and all this kind of stuff. Greg, thank you. I have to thank Yogi still too, but I was just going to try to get through the intro, but so in an hour I'll thank Yogi. Hey everyone, looking forward to this, seeing you both have fun with this one. Greg, thank you.
Thank you for 41 months.
Thank you for being a member for 41 months. Also, Yogi, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships before we started there. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the generosity. And yes, we are playing a new game.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. But yeah, so I think this game was recommended because of its simplicity. And I'll say it's not an exact quote, but when I was trying to look up from the publisher, how to play videos or just to show me what the game was about, there was one thing that I heard them say. One of their guys, I don't know who it was, one of the Slugfest Games guys on a stream during a crowdfunding campaign when they were showing off this game, he said something about, and this is what I assume their design philosophy was, is It's obvious. This is not what he said, but it's obvious they looked at Gloomhaven/Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion and said, how do we rip that off and put it in our own universe? But the thing that they did say was they wanted to take a dungeon crawler, remove all the unfun stuff, leave all the fun stuff in their opinion, and that will just put out a game that's just in general more fun. That was their idea. That's generally the overview of like what this game was to them. And I basically think they just played Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion and said this is awesome and affordable, and they did a great job of teaching the players how to play the Gloomhaven system. It wasn't that long. It was great for retail, and people liked it. So let's do that in our version. But then they even ripped out more to make it less complex, make it a little more straightforward. I'm assuming it won't be as difficult, and it seems a little more family targeted is what I'll say from it. But I don't know if it really is, because we're just playing through a walkthrough for the first 4 scenarios, and you'll see us play through that. I want to show that off, because the companies I think need to do that more often is walk people into your complicated systems.
Yeah.
But I don't think this game is that complex. It's only 2.67 on BGG. As seen here. 2.67, people rate it complexity-wise, not that complex. It's in the like 2000s for, where kind of generic Kickstarter games go. It's been out since 2023. We are playing with, I think, the second printing, based on what I was looking up on their errata, trying to see which one I had. But we just bought it at our local retail store, so we don't have any crowdfunding extra stuff. I know it's been Kickstarted a couple times. I don't know anything about those campaigns. Didn't really look into them too much or care. But there you go. It's best, according to people, it's best with 1 to 2 players or 4 players. It's a 1 to 4 player game, 60 to 120 minutes. 14 plus, but the community thinks you can play this with 8-year-olds or higher, which I can agree with. So far, with the starting cards and abilities and stuff, super straightforward game. This might be a little too basic for us. Might get a little boring, which is why I say we won't necessarily play through all 25 scenarios in the game, which supposedly doesn't have fail forward. You just replay a scenario when you fail. But I have a feeling we won't really fail that much, and unless, which I want to try to do with this game, they made it so you can play any character you want at any time, and like some campaign games we have, they level up every character all the time, even if they're not in the game. So at any time, you can have characters just jump in, jump out, you can switch your characters, and they'll always be at the same level as all the other characters with the same amount of rewards and abilities and all that stuff. So I want to try the different of the 6 characters included just to see what they're about. I'm sure they'll feel familiar to other fantasy dungeon crawly adventure games we play, but more simplified. And what I was explaining to this game to me, one thing that somebody did say to me was this is like a simplified Gloomhaven. And we might find it fun because of what we were saying about how we liked Fateforge Chronicles of Fateforge Chronicles of Khan, which, again, that one had an app and everything, which I loved. And it had more going on than this, but the time commitment was nice. And this has that, it seems. And then, like, it's not too long and drawn out. The story is not overwhelming. The Jaws of the Lion idea of you're playing kind of out of a book, but in this, you're playing on just map sheets. Similar to the recent game I played that's like this was the Marvel Dice Throne Missions, where you just lay them out. It's a sheet, it's a scenario, the enemies are printed on the map. The hexes are on the map, that the terrain is already printed on the map kind of stuff. This game does it the exact same way, which now I understand where the Dice Throne Mission stuff got that from, I think. But maybe it's from somewhere else too that does it. But it felt very similar. I was like, whoa, I thought the Dice Throne Mission stuff was unique, what they were doing to make it very approachable, especially for younger and newer gamers. This does the exact same stuff as that, if you guys have seen me play that or own that. But yeah, so we're going to play that. But thanks for the recommendation. We'll try it out. We'll see if we like it. It was pretty affordable from what I remember, easy to get. So I was okay with just buying a retail copy. We'll try it out. And then we'll give you our thoughts on it kind of as we play, as we always do, just being open and honest, whether positive or negative. But again, every game is not for everyone. And things I like about games, you might love about games. Just use it as general information or just fun entertainment to watch, whatever. But yeah, Kurt, thank you for being a member for 8 months. This message is just a distraction to derail you and confuse others. Enjoy.
Thank you so much for 8 months.
I didn't fall for it. I saw it in the corner of my eye and I was like, keep focus, keep focus. I see what Kurt's doing. I love it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kurt. Jerk. Jerk. Oh, sorry. It's dry in here. But yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, one thing I did want to mention. I did put in the video description down below a link. Two links that are important. One, the usual I do, is a playlist down there of all the episodes we'll play. So when I schedule the next one after this, it'll be in that playlist down below, or you can subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications and all that stuff. I do want to play through at least the walkthrough, because obviously the walkthrough is 4 scenarios at least, so we'll do at least 4 episodes. It's going to introduce all the stuff in the game slowly to us, and you guys will watch us go through that. It might seem a little basic and boring today, maybe. I don't know. And all the way through, because like Gloomhaven Jaws Line was a little bit like that, where it was like, but we'd played full Gloomhaven before that, so it was like, but I appreciated what they were doing to like ease you into it, right? Especially when you haven't played for a while. This game is doing the same thing, so I don't know if we'll actually see the full game on the show until scenario like 5. I don't know. So we're gonna give it at least that. Play it as long as we're having fun, as long as you guys are enjoying it. So make sure you click that like button if you are enjoying it. Help other people find the videos. The other link down below I'm gonna put is to this. I'm going to do my best to kind of explain the game as we play it here, but as we move forward, I'm just going to play it. We're going to have fun. It's not that complicated. You'll get it as we play through it, especially if you watch us play any other stuff on the channel that's similar to this, because we've played through like, I don't know, way more complex games than this. Gloomhaven, Frosthaven, Sword and Sorcery, Fate Forge, Aridia, Chronicles of Drunagor, Machina Arcana, whatever that one was called. There's like all these dungeon crawlers we played, so many. I can't even think of them all. There's like tons we played. We haven't played them all, but there's tons, and that are like just more complicated, more serious, a lot more invested in them, a lot more information to remember. But the publisher does have this resource page. If you're interested to go watch the publisher's how to play videos, they're not bad, and they explain just how to set it up, get you started, how a hero's turn works, how a schemer, which are the bad guys, how they work. Super short, super basic, super straightforward. They pretty much regurgitate what's in the walkthrough, which is nice. To get you going. So if we're not explaining well, or you're like, I don't know if this game's for me, I want to make sure I know how it works, and they're not explaining it well, or I don't understand from their play, you can watch these in like, I feel one of them's like 6 minutes, one of them's like 15, one of them's like 7 minutes or something. They're super quick, but they'll teach you basically how the game works and show you how simple it is, how the monster AI is simple. At least it is in the first scenario. I don't know if it gets crazier as we go, and this is just teaching us, so we can't judge the game yet. Until we're like scenario 5 is what I'm going to give it.
Yeah.
And then there's like the errata for like the changelog. There's the walkthrough guide, which we'll be reading through, but it explains all the rules. This is the rule book. The walkthrough is the rule book. There is no rule book in this game, but there is a reference manual similar to how FFG does like the learn to play is basically the walkthrough, and then the rules reference is the reference manual in this case. So if ever you're not sure about something or want more detail on a specific trait or a specific aspect of the game, you go to the reference manual and it's just a wall of text. And appendices are in there, and the solo mode is in there and stuff like that. And then you can even read along the chapter 1 scenario book with us to see what's going on and understand how it works. But we'll show it on the screen and whatnot. But all of that stuff is here. But they don't have all the... it's by chapters. I think there's multiple scenarios in every chapter.
Oh, okay.
I think that's how that works. That's why there's not all of them there.
I see.
But yeah, let's get down the table and we'll kind of show you the game, explain how it works, play through the first scenario today. And yeah, we'll just keep rolling with it as long as you guys are having fun. There are 25 scenarios according to one of the publisher's video. I don't know which video it was, but they said there's 25 scenarios. But again, there's stuff in the box, so we're not sure because there's stuff that's sealed, and there's like a map folder that you take the maps out of, and it tells you just take the one you need, don't look ahead. And there is rewards that are in a sealed box you don't open until you're told. So it's not like full legacy or anything, but there is stuff hidden that it's like, open this first, but don't touch this yet. But that might be just to get the tutorial going, so you don't have too many tokens punched out, so it's confusing. Which there's still a ton of tokens we punched out, but I think there's even more tokens maybe as we go. I'm not sure.
I didn't see the box. I have no idea.
Yeah, well, there is more stuff. So like, there's more. Like every, like the one I opened for today had a map in it, had the scenario book in it, had token sheets in it, all shrink wrapped together as like one thing you open to get started.
That's clever.
And I think the next maps and their scenario books and their token sheets are all shrink wrapped and et cetera, it keeps going.
That's cool.
So I don't know. I'm assuming it's 25 is the number I remember. I think that's how many is in it, which is again only like 5 more than is in like I think it's 5 more that's in than is in Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion. So I don't know if you skip any. I don't know if there's branching paths. I don't know. We'll find out as we go. But that's about how many. So it's like, I wouldn't say it's the perfect number, but it's close. I like it to be lower than that. But again, they might let us skip some. But again, there's no fail forward from my understanding of the rule book. It's like, oh, if you fail, no problem, just reset, try again. Which resetting is super easy and it doesn't seem that long. So, but again, we don't know how much it's going to expand going forward. But if all the maps are fitting on the same size sheet, it should keep the scenario length the same every time-ish. But the fact that it says 60 to 120 minutes is like...
Maybe that's be some per player?
Yeah, I was thinking that might be a 2-player to like 4-player, the difference. It might be longer. Because they do add more enemies on the board when you have more players, and obviously there's more thinking between positioning and stuff. And
is there a chance that we could ever play more than one in a day?
Yeah.
Right, so yeah.
Yep.
Depending on how long they are.
Yeah, especially since the setup seems easy, but... The only issue I think, and I'll show you guys, is, so here's the chapter book for today. So it contains scenarios 1 through 4. So this is like...
Okay. Oh, this is all of the...
Yeah, so you have like a prologue you'll read, and then there's like these stop points, and they tell you your current objective. So it's kind of cool. There's no like app. There's no app in this game hiding your future stuff from you, but they try to do it with this like these stops. So it's like, oh, right now we know the objective is this and the failure condition is this, but we don't know the overall win condition for a scenario until you get to that point. So you're not supposed to read ahead, but it might still be on the same page. You're just not supposed to read past these stop signs. But just showing you, and then in this, because we're going through the walkthrough, it tells you like, go back to the walkthrough, read this section and whatever. But in these, through at least this first book, I kind of peeked ahead. It's going to be every time we play another scenario, we'll have to pop out new components, read about them, and slowly it's going to introduce the full game to us. So,
those ones we may have to do independent.
Yeah, just playing 2 in a day might be longer in the first few, I'm trying to say, because there's walkthrough stuff in between, like rules stuff we'll have to like, that is brand new to us as we play blindly through it. It's not like we read the whole rule book, we know the whole game right now. We're kind of like, understand we're playing through this kind of blind. We have played around with the first scenario just to make sure we understand the flow of the game and what's going on. But we're playing through this just like new players. So if you got this game and you're like, oh, I don't know how this works, and I read the rules a little confusing, watching this should make sense to you. I think we have it down and understand what's going on. Which it's just because this game's not as complicated as other ones we played.
Right.
And it feels similar to how Jaws of the Lion did it. So that's why it's kind of familiar to us. But yeah, so this should help you, I think. So we're going to go through it like that. But if you're watching and you know this game well, and we made any mistakes, leave it in the comments below, timestamp it if you can to help other people learn from our mistakes, or help us as we go forward through the campaign. We're not trying to say we're perfect, we're playing it perfect. We're just playing the game, trying to have fun, and then, give you our thoughts on it kind of thing. I don't know, we'll see. Pookie's a badass, the crazy rabbit. Not the Monty Python rabbit, but the Monty Python rabbit. Buell says, I've not played Tales, but I played Red Dragon Inn. It's a true beer and pretzels game, which makes sense. It's like the beer is mentioned and the tavern stuff and the drinking is like all through the story from what I've read so far. That's like its gimmick is like, I think the original Red Dragon Inn game is like a bar fight fantasy kind of silly fighting game, I think, or something. Was my first game I looked at their booth one time at Gen Con. I was like, I don't know if I really want this. I'm sure it's fun because they have a fan base and people like it, but I'm just my snob, superficial like, it doesn't look as good. The art is not as great. But hopefully we have fun.
I do like playing beer and pretzel type dungeon crawlers, like where it's not so serious, so complex, so brain burny that by the end you're like, whoa, I need to have a nap.
Oh, now you tell me. After I make you play them all the time.
No. I like to play them, but these are a nice refresher in between.
Change of pace.
Change of pace, a nice, a little bit of
I prefer
light fun.
If I was going to like an island and I could only pick one dungeon crawler, I'm gonna pick like a super complex 100 scenarios, puzzly, brain burny, whatever game. Yeah. But that's not the world we live in. We just play games all the time.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, it is nice to just be like chucking dice, smashing monsters, leveling up, and not stressing. And when you're done playing, I can still go do stuff the same day.
Yeah, you don't have to have a nap after.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to sit down and like decompress and like, you know.
Yeah, no, I 100%. That's why I like
Yeah.
these kind of games. They're not
So, yeah.
my everyday. Like I don't want to be playing these type of games.
Yeah,
every
I
day,
would
'cause
get bored.
I do like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
complexity of some of the more complex games, but
Yeah.
this was fun in the first scenario, anyways.
Yeah. Like this, I think it would be a great game to like people say, like 8, 9, 10, 11-year-olds have a family around and just get the beer and pretzels out for those 9, 10, 11-year-olds. And then I'm just joking. And then play the game.
Yeah.
See what happens, you know? Parenting 101. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Now, where do we start? Let's start at the table. Here's the game, okay? Super easy setup was unfold this map sheet. I did cheat. We've done some setup. We put these door tiles on the board where it tells us to put door tiles. There are letters all over the board telling you where to put things based on player count. We'll tell us in the chapter book. The enemies, I've already got out, set up a little bit, but we'll go through how they set up. You have your map laid out, and it's this scenario at least. I don't know if it's always like this, but it's separated into rooms. So we're playing in the danger room debacle is what the scenario is called. I'll read the prologue in a sec. But I just want to show you guys kind of what's going on the screen here. So we have the Gauntlet, which is the first room. Maze of Madness is the second room. And down here we have the Room of Doom, which is the final room. We are locked in here in the first room. And the objective will tell us how we get through these 3 doors here that will just disappear and let us into the second part. We are only fighting against gizmoblins. The monsters are printed on the board. Their instructions of how they work is here. Very straightforward. It's like a dumbed down Gloomhaven enemy AI system. You'll even notice like the board is like hexes, exactly like Gloomhaven. Difficult terrain, impassable terrain is there. There'll be traps that look, all feels very like, yeah, we're a publisher and designers that love Gloomhaven. We want to make it in our more family-friendly world. That's basically what this is. And they don't seem shy about it. And on here, the monster behavior is actually, as you'll see when we do each round, is actually determined which monster behavior we actually follow based on a die roll. You roll 1 die per monster, and you kind of set it based on the face of the die they roll. Will tell you which behavior they're doing for the round. And then we go through the round by just pulling tokens out of an initiative bag to determine who gets their actions. And I don't know what other game did this, but we've seen this before. I think it was Aeon's End, where it's like, based on an uneven player count or like to balance the game, instead of just having 1 initiative token for each player at a 2-player game, we also get these like partial turn initiative tokens to kind of balance it out. Like the game seems balanced for like 3 players. So if you play with 2 or solo, there's special rules, but the 2-player, the only special rule is playing with this partial turn, which gives you like only 1 action. So it's kind of like together we're kind of almost a full other player's turn, but not as good as a 3-action turn, basically, of a full player. So we're just going to be pulling these out along with the initiative tokens for the enemies. And when you pull out an initiative token for a single color enemy, you activate all the ones that are in the game. So we have 5 of these gizmoblins, but we won't have all 5 in play unless we're playing the full player count, I'm sure. But we'll see them appear on the board. And eventually, spoilers, there'll be some kind of boss monster enemies that are coming, and because they're printed on the map, it's not really hidden. You just don't know when they're going to appear,
Or how, yeah.
Or how, because remember, we're reading through this book and it's going to tell us stop, and we're not supposed to read ahead to know, but at least it tells you ahead of time which to grab from the box, because I'm assuming as we get further and further into this, we're going to have 1,000 monster standees to figure out. But I've already put the bases on them and got them out just for streaming purposes to have them set up ahead of time, so we're not going through the full setup on stream. But Mel's playing with this little guy. The heroes are minis, just like Gloomhaven style, and the monsters, or schemers they're called in this game, are just standees. They literally use the exact same like bases as Gloomhaven uses. Like yeah, you can tell. Like we've seen many of these standees, plastic standees in different games, and these ones are like specifically the Gloomhaven ones. So it's kind of funny. And there's I'm playing some wizard sorcerer character. Deirdre. I don't know how to say this. But I'm trying it based on what we just played in Chronicles of Drunagor. I thought I'll just pick the character that looks like the ranged spell attacker just for fun. Just to feel how different it is. And then Mel's playing the Gog. Some kind of ogre that like pulls enemies to him and smashes them as you'd expect. And they give you, was sealed in that first little section of cards to get you started in the open here first box. You just have 3 cards available to you. And they're even labeled start cards. You know which character they're for. It tells you how many are there. Super straightforward. And then they just give you some abilities. And these abilities, this is like kind of sword and sorcery style. They have abilities that cost you time, tokens you place on the cards, and they have a cooldown system. So these abilities that are on cards are amazing. They're always more powerful, but they'll have some cost to them that you'll put time tokens on them, and you'll see that. And then every round we kind of cool down off them, or you have abilities that can cool down them faster. But the abilities that are on your character card are free. And those can be used all the time, but they're not as great. But they're basic stuff like movement. Invigorates, just clear a time token. And then here's your basic attack, which is not as powerful, but it's always available to you. It never goes on cooldown. It's not limited. It's not a one-time use or anything like that. But sometimes these abilities are. And then we all get these like super basic. Oh, where's this? Hold on one sec.
No problem.
I forgot.
Hi, Dan. Dan says, Rob, someone sent me a membership to this channel. It was described as a gift. Sounds sketchy. Hope you guys are well. That was Yogi. Dan, thank you.
Probably Yogi.
It was Yogi.
Blame Yogi.
Yep.
Hey, Dan. Okay, hold on. All right, there we go. Okay. So they give us these like basic items to start, which I'm sure we'll get ones later that actually have text on them. And supposedly we get to choose at the start of a scenario from a pool of items.
Oh, okay.
Once the game introduces them to us or we get them as rewards. But this item's just a bar stool. It just gives you starting tokens is what this little flag is. It's called a setup flag. So basically you just take these and put them on your player mat, which Mel's going to do. I'll explain the tokens in a sec. And then I just get this random icon of godliness, okay? Which just gives me a shield token, which can just prevent like 2 damage. The token Mel has, I forget what it's called, is a damage boost token. You can just spend that to add an extra point of damage when you're dealing damage to an enemy. And then we can kind of look at my character here. So I have just 8 health. And I have like a range attack. I can push some targets. I can move around. I can invigorate like normal. The other thing I should point out, this is similar to Mel pointed out as like Iridia we played recently on the channel. Where on your turn you get like 2 major actions you can do. And you'll get like a 1 shenanigan action, which are like less powerful, cheaper actions. So, but you could always spend a full action point to do a shenanigan. Just think of like major and minor actions. You can use a major action point to spend it even on a minor action, but not vice versa, okay? So here's all that's available to me for free. So they're all 0 time cost. So I can always use them, they're always available. Oh yeah, one thing I should show while I have this up here. This game doesn't just have 8 health for a character. It's kind of, I think, doubled for every character. So you have to think of it like that. We don't just have 8 health. We have actually 16 health in my case because we have a wounded side. So the first time you run out of health on this side, you flip over to your wounded side. There'll be a reaction to trigger. And then you'll have less actions available to you and they may not be as good. So you're not out once you're wounded, but you're not as helpful to the party. And you're kind of on your last legs. And once one player goes down to 0 health on their wounded side, you all fail. At least in this scenario, that's the fail condition.
Right.
I don't know if it's always that way, but it is right now. So that's how the game kind of works with your character, or your hero mat is what it's called.
Oh, I gained 2 on the other side.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It is different. Okay, neat.
Yeah.
And again, there's like 6 characters. I want to try all the different characters as we play. So like there might be scenarios where I try a new character and you try a new character maybe if you want. You don't have to, but I'm going to try. And it might make things harder because maybe they don't work well together, or maybe it's not great for the scenario, but I'm just going to do it for content to show you guys the different stuff in the game. Since you can't always do that in these campaign games, just switch characters whenever you want. And they all level up together. Which kind of reminds me of like, it does that in like, what's that other game we played? It was like
Aftermath.
Aftermath, Clank Legacy does it.
Yeah.
Where every character in the game is leveling up even though you don't have the full player count. So you can switch if you want, or introduce them if you want. So this is one thing I wanted to show. I have this ability card that I start with, and this one has these tokens. They're charge tokens. You put 3 charge tokens on this in this case, and when you spend them, you do the ability. You have to have a token on here to be able to do the ability, but you can only do it 3 times in the whole scenario. It doesn't refresh itself, at least that I know. Maybe later there's abilities that let you do that or items that let you do that. But yeah, there's like abilities that are limited, not just cooldown. This one, it's available. I can do it 3 times in the same turn if I had 3 actions points. So obviously I can only do it twice right now. But I could do it technically 3 times in a round.
Yeah.
On my second partial turn. But I could only do it 3 times in the whole game, so I could burn this really fast and it's gone forever till the next scenario. Which is not forever, I guess.
Here's your 3 tokens.
Thank you, thank you. And then I have this one that's 4 cooldown, it's just an action. Does a little burst attack. This might look familiar to you, where it's like you have these area effect attacks where you're in the gray spot, you can hit all the red spots. There is something in this game too called Harm, which is so similar to the exact thing that they had in Chronicles of Drunagor we just played, where it's like enemies will, or I think it was enemies did it for sure. I don't know if we did it, but where...
Yeah, it was both sides.
Oh, okay. Where if you took any damage, there was like a follow-up effect, like you'd get poison, burn, whatever. But if you blocked all the damage, you don't get that extra effect. I forget what that was called in that game, but this is called Harm. So if, for example, I do any damage to enemies, I get to trigger this Harm ability. And in this case, you or a friend in range can gain a shield token. Okay. But the enemies will have them where this one here says like melee attack 1 damage to 1 foe. And then if it does any damage, it will harm them by pushing the push 1 to the target. So the target goes 1 space away.
Oh, it was collateral.
Collateral, that's what it's called.
I remember that.
Yeah, yeah. And this game is called Harm. But yeah, the same kind of system. Okay, I don't know. I guess I can explain this epic pool thing while it's here.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Just trying to go through the board to see like what can I explain that's like in a off the top of my head kind of order, no structure. But again, those rules videos exist, very succinct. If you want to hear it explained, but we'll explain as we go.
Do you just show these then first to?
Oh yeah, true. So you'll see how the kind of attacks work. But some attacks will have you roll dice, which are these symbols here. Here's another cool thing. Why I think this game is like the whole idea of like they just wanted the fun stuff in the game and took out all the not fun stuff.
Yeah.
Is the dice don't miss.
Your attack always hits.
Which I was like, red flag, this is a family game for sure. Okay. They don't want little Jimmy flipping the table, okay? And then going up to his room and slamming his door when he misses his big attack and they fail the scenario. So on this die, it even has the exploding dice mechanic of if you roll this, you get 1 damage and you re-roll the die, keep adding it up. I did it yesterday, we were playing around. I did it like 3 or 4 times in a row.
Yep.
In one attack was kind of very satisfying. And I was only rolling like 1 die.
Yeah.
It just kept going and hitting
good.
and hitting. Yeah, it was fun. And we saw that in like Hexplore It. It was the first game I really saw the exploding dice thing.
Yeah.
But it's a fun mechanic, yeah. But Mel wanted me to show this. There's a damage point. There's this other symbol on here. This is related to this epic pool. If you roll an attack without adding black dice, which are the epic pool dice. Can I have a black one?
Yeah.
Black ones never miss either, and they have even more hits on them, and they just don't have this epic symbol. But here's how it kind of works. I'll try to explain this the best I can. If you roll an attack and it's just yellow dice, no black dice. If you roll this symbol on any dice and it's more amount of these symbols, then you have epic dice in this epic pool. So if I roll this, I have 1. That is more than the amount of dice here. I add an epic die to the pool. Excuse me. Anytime you're about to roll for an attack, any player can do this. They don't even have to ask, and I guess you can make each other mad. You could just grab one of these or all of them in the pool. There's up to 3 in the game, and just add them to your attack and roll them. But if you're rolling a black die with your yellow dice, these symbols don't matter. So these symbols only matter if you're not rolling the black dice. So if you started using these dice, you'd have to fill back up the pool after. But the other cool thing they can be used for is not just on offense. You can actually spend these anytime you're getting attacked by an enemy, even multiple. If we were playing 4 players and all 4 players are getting smashed by a boss with a multi-attack that hit every player for like 5 damage, you could discard one of these out of the epic pool to prevent 2 damage to each player for that 1 attack. And you can even spend more of them to negate the whole attack if you had them there. So they're very powerful. It's kind of a fun thing. You choose when to use them. I think you should use them more often because filling them back up is like harder. Maybe we'll be rolling more dice later, but it seems like we only roll 1 or 2 of these yellow dice at a time. So that means the most you can roll is like 2 of those symbols on it. So if you always have 1 or 2 dice in the pool, you're not going to be adding more to it really.
Yes, you might as well use them.
Yeah, you might as well use them or lose them kind of thing. So yeah, that's kind of how the epic pool works. And it explains on here the 2 ways you can use it. So you can trigger it before an attack, add them to the pool. And then if a heroic figure's attack, prevent all targets by 2 damage, okay?
Which I like this idea.
Yeah, it's a fun little
so
thing.
far.
It's a fun little unique thing. But that's what that's about. And then, what else? You'll see kind of how the enemy stuff works, their little pools and how they track enemies and how we damage each enemy, which I think is kind of clever. The only other thing I want to show is right on the board. I don't know if it's always like this, but we have...
I think so.
I think it is because sometimes this changes, they said, right?
Yeah. And they said in the rule book or something that...
Yeah, in the rule book, this won't... It'll always be a ready phase, a combat phase, and objective phase, but there might be other steps based on the scenario where you might be activating some kind of special thing. And this reminds me exactly of the dice thrown missions, but there's a ready phase where you just basically cool down all of your stuff, remove a time token from everything. You roll your scheme dice, which is just finding out what behavior the monsters will have. And then you fill the initiative bag with what's currently there. So if new monsters were added, you got to add their tokens into the bag. And if monsters were fully defeated, a type of monster, you just don't add their initiative token back to the bag. So that's why you recreate the bag every time. Then we play the combat phase, just drawing and resolving based on initiative orders, based on how you pull those tokens out of the bag. Once the bag is empty, you then go to objective phase where you check those objectives. Did the doors open? Did the next objective? Can you read further? Or did you lose? But the loss condition applies right now all the time. So once one of us fully dies, it ends the scenario immediately. But you check them here, your objectives and win conditions here, and then you go back around. That's it. That is it. So I guess we'll continue with the kind of the setup, and I'll show you that here. So a setup is just, oh, there's something there. I get it?
Yep.
Nope.
Nope. I think you moved it.
Man.
But you have to put the white thing, the white paper there. Yeah, you got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what keeps doing that is when we play Clank.
Oh.
The scratch off cards in Clank, which leave all this like gray stuff, and then I put a card on the camera and it has pieces on it that flick off, and then it gets on there, and then I don't realize till the next games are playing, and it's like frustrating the hell out of me. Anyways, stupid scratch cards. So fun but annoying. Okay. So this explains to you when you're setting up just like how many monsters you need, what bases go on them, and the deck you're going to use to track their damage and initiative and all that stuff. And then here it explains like how many you're going to deploy based on heroes, a nice little chart. Then it even explains, which might be different every time you play, is how you need to set up the heroes. So as we go on, it might have more items to pull from. There is a little card that we're not playing with yet, but I know it was in there. This little I don't know, token tree. I'm not sure what exactly it's called, but as we play through the campaign, we're gonna get more points we're allowed to do on this. And every time you play, you can kind of like start at one of these gold spots and work your way up. We'll learn more about this, I think, in scenario 2. But it's just a way to get a bunch of tokens to start the game and kind of level you up as you play through. But that might be in the instructions based on one of the videos they were showing. In scenario 2, we'll have that as a setup step. So it might be different. And then it teaches you the map features and how they work. And then there's some rules stuff and then a stop. So that's just kind of how you set up each scenario. And then there's more for every single room. So it's like, and see all the stops here, you know, like, so we'll kind of go through it. And I guess I'll read the prologue, which you can see on the screen here. I guess I could, I'm not going to read it off the screen, I'll read it off the book. And the reason why is because these guys decided to do the most annoying thing to me. I hate it so much. Where they want to use, for all the stuff that needs to be read, they want to use italicized text. I don't know why they do it. I have so much trouble reading through this italicized, small, condensed text. But at least it's on a nice background, so it's like contrasted very nicely. But yeah, it's a late night at the Red Dragon Inn. The wench calls for the last orders as many of the guests start heading up to the rooms or out into the streets. In a small office upstairs, Warthorn Redbeard, the dwarven proprietor, gets an early start on counting the day's take, admiring the glint of gold in the candlelight. Your band of famed adventurers remains at your table, as you often do at this time of night. Some of you are slumped over in your chairs, sent temporarily to oblivion by one too many drinks or dances with Gog. Others like Wrench and Whizgilly, I don't know if that's how you say that, who burned through their small stashes of coin hours ago, are paying off their tabs by bringing bottles of wine and ale up from the cellar. Fiona, Zot, and Gurky, these are all characters that we have hero cards for, but they're not at the table right now, are still awake, more or less, playing what looks like a final round of gambling for the night. You can't win, you know, says Gurky, plucking a gold piece off of his mountainous hoard and throwing it into the ante. I raise. Pookie sticks his head out of Zot's sleeve and favors Gurky with an angry expression as the wizard scans his cards. Gurky grins back, trying not to break into a sweat as the tips of the rabbit's innumerable teeth poke out past his fuzzy lips. Well, says Zot, it seems like the only thing I can do is... Then he points dramatically over to Gurky's shoulder. What's going on over... Nothing's going on over there, says Gurky, leaning back in his chair. I'm not falling for it. And yet, despite not falling for it, Gurky does hear the pitter-patter of both booted and bare feet running up from behind. Since he knows better than to let random people walk or run up behind him, Gurky turns around just as Whizgilly and Wrench race breathlessly up to the table. By the time he turns back around, Fiona has leaned across the table and taken a peek at the 5 dragon cards in his hand. Seriously, Gurky, she says, raising an eyebrow. There's 3 dragons to a deck. It's like you're not even trying anymore. Well, says Gurky, I'm actually playing a little-known rules variant where Wrench slams down his toolbox in the middle of the game, scattering the ante. We need help, he says, luminous eyes darting. We're trying to help Warthorn out, but I think he made a mistake. What? Said Fiona. You break some bottles or something? Yes, says Wrench, before shaking his head. But that's not the biggest problem. What he's trying to say, interrupts Whizgilly, is that something's wrong with our new danger room. You feel the entire inn shudder as if struck by a catapult stone, and a gout of black smoke erupts from the cellar entrance. Glasses shimmy off the tables and shudder on the flagstones. The Wrench, annoyed but graceful, negotiates the minor quake without spilling a drop from her fully laden tray. What the heck was that? Shouts Fiona. And what the heck is the danger room? We're working down in the cellar, yeah, says Wrench, trying to build this artifice thing with combat constructs and wingalingers and spin blades and stuff so that novice adventurers could face off against them and hone their fighting skills. We thought it would be a good way to attract the type of clientele and Warthorn is always looking for, adds Whizgilly. Mostly the reason we've been on bottle duty these past couple months is so we have better access to the cellar so that we can finish it and surprise him. Another tremor rocks the inn. A strange rhythmic chiming sound begins to issue from the cellar. You know, says Gurky, I'm pretty sure he's going to be surprised. Yeah, we know. Wrench looks over his shoulder. We were almost finished, but there's a short in the system, and now the danger room's powering up, and we can't turn it off. Zot purses his lips. How long do we have until it's fully powered up? Something in the inn basement falls over, crashes, and explodes. Amidst the din, you hear the unmistakable sounds of unseen constructs whirring to life. Whizgilly looks down at the floor, according to my calculations about 10 seconds ago. Pookie is already across the room and down the cellar stairs in a flash. Zot stands up, arcane power flowing from his hands. Make sure whatever's down there doesn't come up here. We'll try to get the rest of them sober, or at least awake. We'll be right behind you. And then there's a stop here, which we will look at here. So this is a stop point. When you encounter one of these while reading through the scenario book, you will be provided with important information like objectives, win-lose conditions. Make sure that you read these sections. For now, go back to walkthrough, read setting up the gauntlet. So we're just going to set it up. So we got this done. So on the board here, based on that table, we're going to put some gizmoblins on B and D. I'll shuffle this little tracker deck, which already has numbers 1 through 5 since it told me to grab those for setup. And I'll shuffle them. And we're going to put, 1 to 2 heroes. So we got 1 on B is going to be number 5. Okay. And the next one is going to be number 1 on D. Okay. And they just put them in numerical order here. And that's kind of where we'll track their damage and status effects and things on there. And I'll just put the rest of them over here off screenish. And their deck, okay. And then it says we need two damage traps, 1 on A and 1 on C. And you just lay the traps on the board, which look kind of familiar. But yeah, you put them on the board, and surprise, you actually put little damage tokens on them. Kind of reminds me of something else I've played. And then It says the inventors Whizgilly and Wrench have enthusiastically filled the storeroom with pointy objects and automatons to wield them. Guess it's time for a good old-fashioned melee. Matthew Rose, member for 42 months. Hey, buddy. Says, yay, finally, a game we care about. Oh, spicy.
Matthew, how was your trip? Are you back?
Yeah, how did Mexico go?
Yeah. Or are you talking to us from there?
I assume if you are there, you're in a jail cell and somehow they let you access to the computer.
Thank you, Matthew. 42 months. Thank you, thank you.
I'm sure you got pretty wild down there. Okay. So for hero setup, we chose a hero. We take their figures, mat, reminder cards, initiative tokens. Oh yeah, the reminder cards. I want to show that. There's these little reminder cards. I don't know what all these are. Haven't played with this yet or this, but these are the two. And I already explained what those are. And on the back of the little card is what these other tokens are, which I'm assuming they'll introduce all this stuff as we play through. But they already give us the cards right from the start. But I'm assuming by the end of the walkthrough for scenarios, we'll know what those all are. Okay. It says we got all our starting cards, equipment cards, whatever. Deploy your hero figures on the map. So I think we have 4 starting hero spots over here. I don't care. I'll just go wherever. We'll figure it out. Later scenarios, I'm sure I'll care a lot more, but it's just tutorial, so like whatever. So we have the map features. I don't know if I went over them all already. We have difficult terrain. They cost an extra point of movement to move through these yellow hexes. Okay, but you can leap over them. There's regular movement and leaping in the game. There's doors. They're impassable until you're told how to open them. There's impassable terrain, which is the purple, which these are like columns on this map, which you can't move through. The line of sight in this game, there is no line of sight. You just literally count hexes, so you can shoot an arrow like around a corner and all that just by counting the hexes away of your range. So they made it super simple. And then the traps we already talked about. You step on these. They're 2 damage traps, so if an enemy or us step on them, you'll just pop them, take 2 damage, remove them from the board. And that's that. The lose condition, we lose if any hero is defeated, and the objective is defeat all gizmoblins in the gauntlet. And then it says, it's time to play, repeat these steps. Okay. And it says, if it's the objective phase and the objective has been achieved, read the Maze of Madness in the walkthrough, page 16. Okay. So now we play.
All right, so we're going to add all of our tokens to the bag.
Right. Make a little shield token.
Shake it up really good. Bag was included, right?
Yes, bag was included. Very nice. That was intense.
So Rob will start with a partial action. They've given, I don't know, we didn't really talk about these, but they gave us tokens that we can use to track.
Click trackers.
Super helpful for us, especially when we get distracted by chat or talking to each other.
So we got Netrunner click trackers, so you can count. And that's what we were talking about before is on a regular turn, you'll have basically 3 action points. 2 are for full actions or shenanigans, and 1 only does like a shenanigan, which is a minor action. Think of it as 2 major, 1 minor. That's what I was explaining before. And then on the partial turn, you just get 1 of these. So just track your 1 regular action or shenanigan you do. And then when you flip them over, they just go gray. Just a way to remind you, especially when you have a live chat and you're chatting and they're distracting you and stuff like that. Just an easy way to keep the game on track. So this is me, partial turn.
And I'll leave the tokens here so that we can see what's coming. I mean, it may not be relevant now, but later.
Oh, we did not do...
Oh, we didn't roll the dice.
Yeah, so...
Oh, I didn't finish.
Invigorate all abilities, we need to roll a scheme die. Just 1 enemy type, so 1 scheme die.
Got the claw.
So we got the claw symbol. So you're just going to put that on the claw symbol on the board. So we know this is doing error, menacing, taunt, not found. It will move 2 towards the closest foe, and then does a melee attack for 1 damage against 1 foe. If it does damage you with that 1, it will harm and push 1 the target. So you get just pushed 1. So we got to watch out with the pushing because there's traps on the board.
Okay.
So that's what the enemies are doing. So this game does allow you to like kind of see what the enemies are doing at the start of a turn to know, but you don't know if they're going to go right away or, you know, but at least it'll help you with positioning and stuff, which is cool.
I want them to go before me, but...
Okay, so I just have 1 action, which kind of sucks. I only have a range to attack. This is a range to attack. This attack is basically a melee. So I'm not really doing much since the enemies are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away, so that's not happening. But I do have a move I can do for 4. I can't invigorate anything. Nothing has cooldown on it. So I will just YOLO 1, 2, 3, 4, and go right there. And I'll flip this just so you know I'm done. Okay, there we go. Done.
Oh, they're gonna go.
I feel
Oh,
its
that's too
axes,
bad.
Michael.
Okay, they're gonna go. So starting with number 1.
Okay, so number
He's gonna
1's
move for
right here.
2.
Move for 2.
And then attack for 1.
Oh no. So I could use the shield to block the damage, but it's only hitting me for 1.
It'll just push you.
Am I okay with a little push? Yeah, they'll still be within range 2 if they push me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I'll just take 1 damage. And they have damage tokens that come in 1, 3, 5s, and 10s. There's these little cardboard tokens. And you just put them on your mat.
Yogi, yes, you can use the same action twice. So you can move twice using the full action.
Yeah, so on a full turn, if I had these 3, my shenanigan is move 4. I could literally move 4, 8, 12.
Yeah.
Like, for example, on a turn, yeah. The only thing's limiting is the cooldowns. So I couldn't do this action as a cooldown timer, because once I do it once, I'll put 4 cooldown tokens on it. And I don't even have enough invigorates to remove them off and do it in the same turn. But I could do any of these for free, all my actions on them, no problem. So yeah.
Okay, and then number 5. 1, 2, and then he'll do the same thing. He'll hit you for 1.
All right, I'll just take 1 damage.
And then push.
And I get a little push.
Okay. Okay, I get a full turn.
All right, Gog's turn.
Okay. I think I would like to use this trap to my advantage. So I gotta move first though, because I'm not close enough. 1, 2, 3. Yes, so let's use an action to Gog take big steps.
So Gog is not as light on his feet, I guess. So he takes a full action to move. I only use a minor action, basically.
I did like how even just looking at these two, like the shenanigans do different things for each character. So
yeah, so they feel different.
Yeah. Okay, and then we will use the second action to Gog still reach you. I need to place 3 cooldown on here.
The ogre talk like dumb man.
At range 2, I can grab a figure and pull them closer to me. So I'm going to grab figure number 1, pull them closer to me, which he'll step on this
You
trap.
could, technically, how the game works, is you could even pull one since grabbing. Sorry, you're not pulling.
I'm grabbing.
Pulling
sorry.
is a different mechanic in this game. You're grabbing. Grabbing is a pick up in place. So you even can grab one right beside you and even place it down in the same spot, place it behind you, place it wherever. So you could put this number 5 guy on the trap too if you wanted. Right now it doesn't matter. They're both the same health, whatever. But just so you know, like, and people watching, that you have options.
I do. And I'm going to remove the trap. Okay. And
so 2 damage. Yeah, sorry. 2 damage goes on
damage.
number 1. You did that too?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I just put these on number 1.
This ability also allows me to do a melee attack with 2 dice to 1 foe. So we're going to attack. We'll attack foe number 1. See what happens here. And we did get the three that we need to kill him, and we got the Inspire to add a black die to our epic pool.
So technically how it works, just to show from a rules nerd perspective, there is steps to all the attacking. So like you rolled that on your dice, we would have the damage technically not on their card yet. If they had any kind of prevent effects, it would happen and reduce that damage. Then if damage is placed on the card, then if you had harm effects, you would then do those. So if you had a push or a pull, I don't know when this would make sense, but you could push this guy, even though he's dead, sort of. You could push him and like pop another trap or something.
Yeah, maybe you need to make way.
And then you check the card. Is damage equal to or more than their health? If so, enemy dead, remove from board. Okay? So it's like, there is a timing to it, and it said in the appendices, like, it might matter, like, that happens last, where you check damage and remove. So there is steps to it all, and I'm sure it'll get more complicated as we see more complicated monsters. But I'll just move that, and we only have number 5 left.
Awesome. And I added the black die to the epic pool for the Inspire,
Oh, perfect,
so that's good. And then for my shenanigan, the only shenanigan action I have is to invigorate 1, so I can remove one of my
So cool down your action.
And that is my turn done. Oh, I get a partial turn.
There you go, just in case you're confused.
I think this could be kind of interesting. Out of Gog Way, it says, I can do a melee attack with 2 dice to 1 foe. And then, if I'm successful in the attack, which I would be, as my harm, you may push to the target, then I may move to. So then I can push them into the trap. So we could potentially get rid of both enemies.
Sweet.
So I'm going to try that, I think. This is going to also use cooldown. Maybe not great. So I get to attack. Here's the question, though. Do I take the epic die? Or maybe I don't need it. But if I only hit 1 and 1, then I need it. Are you
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, just for the fun.
You don't have to ask.
We're gonna
You
use
just
it.
take it.
I don't know if you.
I'll get mad at you later. It's fine. I'll yell at you. Yep.
Okay, so I'm
I'll just
attacking.
yell at you off stream. It's fine.
I'm attacking 5. Oh, and I missed.
Missed the dice tray. Insta fail.
Okay, we got 4 damage to number 5, please. Then I may push 2, but I will just push him 1.
Okay.
And that will trigger the trap. So
Boom.
put those on
Okay.
him.
So technically those go there.
And then I may move 2. I think I'll move closer towards the door.
This is all a harm thing you're doing.
Yes.
And then we check this and boom, he's gone.
Okay, and I feel like that was a pretty good round.
Yep, not bad.
But you have a full round. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Oh, you forgot to flip this. Your turn's technically not over.
Oh, yeah. No.
Okay, now your turn's over. Okay, perfect. Okay. So, I guess I'm just moving.
Sorry.
Shenanigan. Yeah, I have no cooldowns to do for Invigorate, so it's fine. Okay, I'll just move forward to the door, and I don't have to do all my actions, so we're fine. I'll just pass on that. And then we're done with the bag. It's all empty.
Yes, it's
so
all
then we go to check our objectives. Our objectives are done. Defeat all gizmoblins. I also just want to point out before we continue, is in the chat, Edward's doing the funny, talking like the ogre. Gog not dumb ogre, Gog orc. Gog's smarter than dumb ogre. And you know what I picture is, if anyone knows, being a child of the 80s, the old 80s Transformers cartoon, the Tyrannosaurus dinosaur transformer, I think is Grimlock, I think is the name of that one. But it just talks like that. The me Grimlock like Transformers, you know, that kind of like, that's what I picture is this exactly the way they word this is like, talk like dumb caveman. But yeah, it's just funny.
That's funny. Yogi's asking a question, says, do the enemies drop loot in this game? So far, no, but we don't know if that will change.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Maybe some of the stronger enemies might later, but nothing does right now.
Okay. Yeah, the loot, from my understanding, is in here in the vault, which is a sealed box, and we'll see this later. Do not look at the cards in the vault unless instructed to do so. So I think we do this at the end of today's scenario, so we'll see the loot in the game there.
Oh, Yogi also says, my copy that may or may not be in the mail better come with these action tracker sound effects.
I'll send you the publisher email. You can complain to them directly if not. Okay.
You're reading the objective.
Yes, that's what it's doing.
Sorry, we're distracting you.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay. Let's see. Okay, made the walkthrough. So I'm going to jump to the walkthrough AK rulebook, page 16 is said. And it's kind of cool. The half of this book just teaches you the rules with pictures and examples. It's kind of a basic rule book, but this is second printing and everything was clear. I didn't see any typos or anything. It kind of makes sense. It's just like a lot of text, but not too bad. But then when you get to page like 16 or so, it tells you like, okay, here's what you're going to deal with in the scenario. Stop, go play, set it up, whatever, then come back. So it's like the walkthrough's integrated with the first chapter book, which is kind of a neat way to do it. But you are flipping back and forth between them a lot. Okay. So now Maze of Madness. Congratulations on surviving the first part of the scenario. After you've after you've attained your objectives for the section, you will continue to the next part of the scenario. Many scenarios are divided into distinct, reinforced sections that spread out enemies you face across all different areas of the map. Let's look at the next section of the scenario book now. Okay. Go back to the scenario book. Next section is up here. So on here, it's got a new reinforce. So Warthorn is not going to be a fan of the creative reorganization of all his kegs and barrels of ale but far more pressing concern is the iron rods that the gizmoblins are launching at you. So remove the door tokens from the blue spaces at the end of the gauntlet, then deploy the following to the Maze of Madness. So because we're playing 1 and 2 heroes, we're going to get a gizmoblin on B, D, F, and G, and then we're going to get 2 damage traps on A, C, and E. So Mel removed the doors, so they're all gone. So now this is fully open. Now we can go in this whole area, and then there's doors down. Whoops, doors down here from the setup. So we just shuffle this deck, and then we get random monsters. So it's going to be on B is number 3. D is number 5. F is number 1. And whoops. 4 is on G. And then A, C, and E.
A, C, and E, okay.
Are the traps. So I gotta rearrange these in numerical order.
They've given us more enemies.
Yeah, 4 enemies. Still the same enemy type. And then I go back to the walkthrough, I think. Oh no, now there's a lose condition. Let's go there. Okay, so we set that up. Now we got a lose condition. The players lose if any hero is defeated. Objective, defeat all gizmoblins in the Maze of Madness. Return to the game and continue playing rounds. If it is the objective phase and the objective has been achieved, read The Room of Doom in the walkthrough on page 17.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're starting back at the ready phase.
So invigorate abilities, so you can cool down each of your things once. Roll the scheme die, so we need to find out what their behavior is this round.
Same.
Same behavior. Claw, okay. So they're moving to the closest foe. Melee attack of 1 damage to 1 foe. And if they damage you, you'll be pushed 1.
Okay, we're filling. We don't have anything added other than the blue enemies, so just our tokens and the blue ones in there. Oh, I grabbed 2 at the same time. Oops. Blue. Maybe this is good actually, that they can move. They can move closer before we even go. So blue is gonna attack first. So number 1 can move for 2.
Number 1, move for 2. So it's going to avoid going through traps. And the shortest path with the least movement points, it'll just move 1, 2 onto like one of these. And if there's ever a tie which direction to go, it's always shortest path, but if there's ever 2 shortest paths, players just decide. They made it all very quick. If there's ever like a ranged attacking enemy and it can hit 2 at the equal distance, you just choose which one it's going to hit. And players always break ties, so you can kind of spread the damage out or make sure your tank character takes all the damage, that kind of stuff, if you position yourself correctly. Sorry.
Number 3.
Number 3, sorry. What's going? Move 2?
Yeah, no problem.
1, 2.
Okay, number 4. I think it has to go here because it's stuck there. And then 5 just moves 1?
Yeah. Or 1, 2, doesn't matter. Like either way, it gets to the same distance.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I love the Dinobots too. They were awesome. They were so cool.
Oh, it's me.
Buell's trying to figure out if you have time to play something when I get home. Darn, having to work on Saturday. Yeah. What are your options, Buell? Or what are you trying to play?
So I'm thinking out my turn here.
Yeah, no worries. And Matthew got pooped on by a bird while he was sitting in a chair in Mexico.
Oh.
And Yogi asked me he bought a lottery ticket.
I got pooped on by a bird one time when we were walking in an amusement park. Yeah. Like right when we walked in.
Starting your day off right.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm going to...
Andy, how's it going? Good to see you. Says, hi all, I haven't been able to watch it live for ages.
Oh, we're glad you're back.
Hope you've been doing well.
1, 2, 3.
7th Citadel in the house, but Legacy of You in the garage. 7th Citadel, way longer, yeah. It depends on your time, but yeah. Obviously, Legacy You should be quicker and, be the one to play with less time worries. But again, if you have like even less than like an hour, it may be not enough.
I'm gonna.
Oh, understood. Okay.
No. I'm gonna shenanigan my cooldown away here for invigorate 1 off of this card because I think I want to use this one again. Then I'm going to move for 4. I may pass through foes during my move. I don't need to. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my last action will be the grab at range 3 or range 2.
Range 2.
And I'll drop them right onto the
So 1,
trap.
2. So pop him on the trap.
Yep.
Number 5. It's going to get 2 damage from the trap.
Yep. Let's see what happens here. Okay, and then I can do a melee attack with 2 die.
Cooldown tokens. Oh, you just put those there? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, my bad. I see. That's the action you're doing. I thought you were doing something else.
No. That's okay. Oh, that's very good. So we got 2.
So it's like the exploding as critical, I think it's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's 2 points
damage.
and re-roll them both. Yeah. Keep adding them up. Whoa,
3,
another one. So 4.
5.
5 damage, and we get the epic die added to the pool for sure.
Okay, so 5 damage.
On this guy, number 5. So he's just dead.
He's just dead, yep.
Yeah, he's just dead. We can just...
Okay, things are rolling nicely.
Yeah, it's going great.
That is my turn done.
Got to roll like that when we get to the boss, though. That's the problem.
I know.
These weenies, it's not so cool, but if you can keep that luck up when we're at the boss, that'd be great.
Half turn for Rob. Partial turn.
Partial turn.
Partial turn.
Okay, partial turn. Let's see if I'm even in range to do anything. Nope, guess not.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know. This is like I
thought that guy wouldn't have died.
The initiative bag's really screwing me over here.
Do you want to pull next time?
No, it's fine. Okay, I'll just move, I guess, up to 4.
You have a full turn coming, and they have already gone.
Oh, okay. So I'll get into like a more risky position, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure.
Wow, you haven't missed an attack yet. No, attacks don't miss.
You haven't missed yet.
Your full turn.
Oh, yay. Okay. So, let's see. Can I do something fun here? I do have a leap here. Leap over this. Let's push 2. No, I think I'll just do my regular boring old attack of Divine Strike, where I roll 1 yellow die.
You do have the epic if you want it.
Up to 2 range away. Yeah, sure, whatever. No, but maybe not if I'm going to push the guy into the trap, too.
Oh, okay.
But I'm only rolling 1 die, so it's like, yeah, sure. Okay, 1 die to 1 foe.
Does that black one have a critical? Yeah, it does. Okay.
Yeah. Also, I didn't point out already, ranged attacks in this game, there's no penalty for being adjacent to an enemy when you're doing a ranged attack. That goes for both enemies and players. Again, just a rule that's like annoying sometimes, but they just took it out of this game and it's just simple. So yeah, I'll just do a basic attack on the guy right beside me. So I hit for 4. We don't get the black die back because I'm rolling it. So that's 4 damage. But I will also do a push 1 the target. So I'm going to push him onto the trap. That'll be a 6 damage total, so he's definitely dead. And that is number 3 gone from the board. And this is gone. This is gone. Okay, and then we're going to... I don't know. Yeah, this is boring. I'll just do a move. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will just do another basic attack. Just rolling 1 yellow die against this guy.
2.
2 damage. Now, pushing, I don't think counts the points, right? Right? You have the reference. I think a push just is like push 1. It's not push, that's 2 needs to go in there.
No, I think you're right. I think it's, yeah.
But you can double check for me, please.
Yeah.
And how much damage did I do? 2?
Yeah. Yeah, push is not affected by difficult terrain.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. It just was like the third
Okay,
paragraph.
Apophenia got us too.
Thank you,
Push
sorry.
ignores difficult terrain. I assumed
There's so far in there.
Yeah, it was like 2 paragraphs deep. Okay. Done.
Done?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it should be my partial turn. Yeah. I'm thinking that maybe I just move into a better position
Yeah, of course.
for next turn. Unless the only other thing is if I wanted to cool
invigorate.
something down. For next turn. We don't have any traps right now. Oh, we do have a trap here, but I can't push into that unless I'm on this side.
No, you grab.
No, but this one is push.
Oh.
Yeah.
Before you can go
I know, I was
there and do
thinking
the
that's
grab
exactly-
thing, but you're too far. Like, it won't be for a few turns. Like, a turn round or whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, I would just get
Yeah.
into more positions. You're a melee fighter, so it's like,
1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll just move as my action. Okay.
hopefully we go before them. Okay, so we're done drawing from the bag. Check objectives, not done. Back up, invigorate abilities. Roll the scheme die. And it's the axe this time. So it's air dispensing non-lethal trap. So it moves 2 towards closest foe. And then at range 4, it'll attack 1 damage to 1 foe. If it damages you, it has a harm ability of put a 2 damage trap in unoccupied space nearest range to the target.
Okay. Fill in the bag. Partial turn for Rob.
Yay. So I will let's just do a range attack against this guy. I'll just roll a yellow die.
I guess I can just leave them like
1
this one,
damage. Yay, on number 1. And I'll just push him this way. Done. Next.
Full turn for Rob.
Whoa. Okay, I will. Okay, let's just have some fun. I'm going to use one of my little Wings of Alana Lambast my foes. Lambaste my foes. I'll spend 1 charge off of it. It's got a leap 2, so I'll just leap 1, 2, so I ignore the difficult, whatever. It's a range 2 attack, doing it's a range 2 attack, rolling 1 die plus 1 damage, and that damage is fully dealt to 2 foes, and then you may push 2 each target. So I don't really think that push part matters with my positioning, because this push is not pushing it away from me. I would have to be down here somewhere. But whatever, it's just damaging 2. So I roll 1 yellow
put the
die.
knives at
Thank
each
you, thank you. 1 yellow die.
1.
Now this is where I should be using the epic die to
I know.
go crazy, but whatever, I just want to show it. So it's 2 damage to 2 foes. So it's enough to kill 1, because he'd be up to 5. And then I'll just put 2 damage on number 4. And I could push, but I don't think I care to. And that's 1 action. And I'll move here. And then I'll do my regular boring attack. 1 yellow die. There we go.
1.
Epic die. So this one is just 1 damage. And but the more important part is we get the epic die, and then the even more important part is I can push 1 to the target, which this push is further from me, which will put him onto the trap, do enough damage to kill him, and all our enemies are dead. And you keep pulling from the bag though, either way.
Okay, so my full turn. My shenanigan, I will invigorate 1 here. So those will both be ready for the next round. And then my action will be to move here, ready to bust through those doors. And then this one, I guess I just invigorate. It doesn't matter. Let's just invigorate.
Sure, yeah.
Just so we say we did. And then blue, there's no blue enemies.
Yep.
My partial turn, I'll just invigorate this one. Okay.
Okay, Greg is here saying my first live stream.
Oh.
I have been watching this channel for many, many years. Thank you for all you do. This game is lots of fun.
Greg, welcome.
Greg, thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. And it better be fun. It better be.
No, I'm just so far.
Yeah, I know, it's fine. Again, we're just in tutorials, so it's like, I'm not going to judge the game yet too much until we get further into it. But we've been told it's fun. That's the whole reason I even looked into it and bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Objectives. So we're going to read page 17 in the walkthrough. The Room of Doom. You're on the final stretch. This new room offers new challenges and enemies to defeat as well as your win condition. Reinforce. You'll now have 3 different schemer types to contend with throughout the rest of the scenario. Read the reinforce section in the scenario book and add foes and traps to the board as before. After you finish deploying the new figures to the map, you will need to roll scheme dice for each schemer group. You must roll the scheme dice separately for each one, so it is useful to roll the dice one at a time, top to bottom, and assign them the appropriate scheme blocks as you go. You may want to get in the habit of rolling scheme dice even for schemers that only have one scheme. The reason for this will become clearer later in later scenarios. You will also need to add each schemer group's initiative tokens to the bag. If all figures from a schemer group have been defeated, you will not roll scheme dice for them during the ready phase of any subsequent round, and you will no longer add their initiative token to the bag. Win condition. You win the scenario if you meet these conditions during the objective phase. Note that all heroes must survive until the objective phase, so if a hero is defeated during the combat phase, you will lose, even if you met the win condition. Note, also for scenario 1, there are 2 ways you can meet the win condition. Stop. It is nearly the end. Return to the scenario book and read the lose-win conditions at the end of this reinforced section. If you win, read on in the scenario book. If you lose, just go back to the beginning of the scenario and try again. Good luck. So we have our new reinforce here, which is, okay, well, that hulking monstrosity actually looks pretty impressive. In the far corner of the room, you spy an arcanomechanical object buzzing away and throwing off arcs of electricity. It looks like you finally found the off switch. Remove the door tokens from the lavender spaces at the end of the Maze of Madness and deploy the following to the Room of Doom. So on A and F, we're going to have a Gizmoblin.
Oh, there's one more card still there.
Oops.
I don't think it really matters.
Nope.
But
So on A, we're going to have 4. And on F, we're going to have 5. And then it says we need the Roboger. This giant dude. Okay, come on, there we go. Is going to go on D.
okay.
Then we have this sparking engine, which I think is the off switch they were talking about. That's going to go on E. Then on B and C, we need 2 damage traps.
Okay.
And the lose condition. The lose condition is the players lose if any hero is defeated. The win condition, the players win if either the sparking engine has been defeated, which is 15 health, or the Roboger and all Gizmoblins have been defeated, which the Roboger is also 15 health, but the Goblins are each 5. And then it says, return to the game and continue playing rounds if the objective phase and you have achieved the win condition. Read the epilogue. If you lose, just return to the start of the scenario and try again. Okay, so serious now. So these are each 15 health. How this guy works is he could be either, I guess we'll just roll for the first guy here if you can. So these guys are doing the claw thing again. What's the next guy doing?
Claw.
So claw. So he either does, the top one is melee, attack 3 to 2 foes. If he damages you, he'll do a harm, which push 2 to the targets. So he gets this little card to track him. This guy gets this card. These will both go in there. His other ability is move 3 to the closest foe, then a melee attack for 3 to 1 foe, and if he harms you, push 2 to the target. The sparking engine has Burst Zap here, which is always going to do it, but you can roll.
I rolled it.
Yeah.
Just...
heal 2 to the nearest damage friend. And then it has an infinite range attack, 1 damage to 1 foe. And it'll obviously be the closest. Okay. So now we're in serious stuff now. Boss battle time.
Okay. You get a full turn.
Yay. Okay. Well, I'm definitely moving because I'm not close enough to hit anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. I gotta zoom out, thank you. Okay, and then I could just leap thingy. That's not enough to push onto traps. Or I could move again. 1, 2, 3. It's not the best use of stuff here. No, you know what? Let's go back. I'll use this. I'll spend a charge off this to do a leap 2. 1, 2. And this will do, oh yeah, I can use this die too. So I'm gonna do my range 2 attack. I can target 2 foes. I'll pull in this 1 yellow die right here. And I may push 2 each target, but I might not. We'll see, because pushing them wouldn't go towards the traps. And I kind of want them in that position because then I could do my other attack after. So 4 damage, and that will be to the Rob Ogre. And the number 5?
4.
4, right? Okay, 4 damage. I won't push either of them. And then my last action, I'm going to do 4 cooldown tokens. And do my Take Hope, We Shall Prevail ability here. It's going to do a burst attack. 2 yellow dice. It's going to hit this hex, and this hex. So the same 2 enemies.
2.
Oh, only rolled a 2. Okay, so 2 damage. Reach at 6. Oh, that will kill this one. And then the harm is you are a friend in range, can gain a shield token. Range 2.
Oh,
so it's just me, yeah. So I'll gain another shield token.
Pasted.
Number 5 off the board. Okay. And that is my turn. Go ahead.
Okay. Blue. There's only 1 blue. He is moving for 2.
Yeah, I'll just move on to those barrels beside him, I think. Right. Well, I'm closer, so
1, 2.
no, but it's the shortest. Like that doesn't get him any closer, so like he just wants to get closer.
What's that getting closer? I guess.
Or just here.
Just there.
Or just there. It's all the same.
Okay, and then he's doing a melee attack, but he can't hit melee. Okay. And you killed the other one. That would have got you. I have a partial turn. I think I'm just moving in. 1, 2, 3. I like to be kind of at that range of people. That sounds good. They're just making some funny jokes about Rob Ogre.
Yeah.
Red.
I'm sure it's supposed to be Rob Ogre, like a robot ogre.
No, but it's funnier Rob.
But I know, I read it too as Rob Ogre when I first was reading it. I'm like, oh, cool. He's got this kind of the same name as me. That's cool.
Just talking about what the special attacks and stuff would be. Oh, it's funny.
Special attack is a scowl that makes you want to spend money. Shh. Okay.
Red.
So
he doesn't need to move because already Jason.
Yeah, is move 3 to the closest foe. He's already beside me. Melee attack of 3 against me. I will just block 2 and take 1.
Okay.
And you never have to spend all of them or spend any of them. So I'll just put a 3 damage.
And then he'll push you 2.
Push 2. You can choose the direction, which I learned today.
Full turn for myself.
Obviously, it has to be further away from him, but.
Okay. I think we will attempt as my first action to grab a figure. We're going to grab this figure and put him onto the trap.
Boom. 2 more damage.
And then we'll attack with 2 dice. There's no epic dice. Okay, 2 dice to 1 foe. We're attacking number 1. Ooh, we get to add an epic die. So this is 2 damage, but I will use my +1 bonus to make it 3 damage.
3 damage.
Okay, then I will... We're going to do this as well because this is our win condition. We're fighting the boss now. So we're going to spend 3 cooldown on this card here to do a melee attack. 2 dice, 1 foe. I think I'll use this epic. He's close to dead.
Yeah, he's at 11 out of...
We'll still have to kill this one, but if we can kill this guy, then this guy goes.
As long as you kill him. Yeah, I was thinking before the heals start firing off.
Yeah. All right. We got 5 damage.
5 damage to him. He's dead.
And then harm. But if you push to the foe, I won't push him. Yeah. Let me push him.
Yeah, you can. So you can get in there, right?
2. 1, 2. Yeah.
And then we check. He's dead. Boom. Boss gone.
And then for my shenanigan, I think I want to just invigorate here because I think this one is better for me to have later. Okay. Yellow, this is perfect timing.
So yellow wants to heal 2 to the nearest damaged friend. There are no friends that are damaged. And then an infinite range attack, closest one, is going to hit for 1 damage.
Okay. And then this should be your partial. Yeah.
Partial. Okay. Well, I can't reach anybody. I'll just do an invigorates. Actually, no, I'll move so I can get closer. 4.
Yeah, because you could go first, right?
Yeah. So I want to be able to
I'll take that out before we the next one in. Okay. Objective. We still haven't completed our objective, so we're going to invigorate.
Cool down 1.
Okay.
Gonna roll these. So 1 for the blue. Claw ability. 1 for the yellow guy, which doesn't matter.
The claw ability is so much better for that guy because you don't want him having range attack.
Okay, now we fill the initiative bag, which doesn't have the red in there anymore. And then we draw for the first turn.
Yellow. He doesn't heal anybody, nobody to heal, and he hits me for 1.
Yeah, the partial turn thing is weird. It's like you got to think ahead of like position yourself even on your full turn if you haven't seen your partial turn. Because we find a lot of our partial turns are like, oh, we're not in position to do anything cool.
Yeah.
Let's just move. But then you might move into a position where the enemy goes right after you and then smacks you where he wouldn't otherwise. So it's very strange. It's like, yeah, it's like you basically just have a broken up turn and you got to like position yourself based on it. Hopefully happening the way you want.
I'm going to shenanigan to invigorate off of this card, and then I'm going to use my first action. Placing
grab him.
3 cooldown. Yep, we're going to grab him.
And then put him on the trap.
Okay.
2 damage from popping the trap.
We roll 2 dice. And we get 3. Which
3
is what
is
we
enough.
Needed. But we still have to make it through to the
end of the round.
phase.
Yes, correct.
This guy's already gone, so
you could still die from a guy who only hits for 1 at a time.
I'll just invigorate just to do an action, just to get in the habit of doing stuff. So.
Yeah.
My partial turn, I'll just invigorate 1. That's my action. Your full action.
Full turn.
I guess we could technically kill that guy too if we wanted
try.
to be like overachievers. So maybe I should have done
try.
something different, but that's okay.
Yeah, you should have. How dare you? Okay. Oh yeah, this guy's gone. Okay, so I will move. Whatever, and then I don't know. This one's all full. Hey, yeah, we'll just do the 1 yellow die.
1.
1 gets us the black die, but also does +1 damage.
So 2.
2 big damage.
But if you're attacking again, now you have the black die.
True. Maybe we can get to 15. Yeah,
I wish maybe had I done other things on my turn, but I wasn't.
Okay,
I wasn't
and then the last action, we'll just do the basic crappy attack with a black die.
3.
3 damage. Yeah. Super important. We got him to 5 guys. Whoa.
5 guys.
5 guys. Okay,
and that's it for you.
The bag's empty.
Oh no. Blue. Oh, they've gone.
Oh, they're gone. So.
Oh, you get a partial turn.
Oh, don't forget.
Don't forget. It's
yeah. How dare you? So final turn, I roll yellow die.
1.
1 damage. Yeah, we got him to 6. All right, perfect. Okay, then we read the objective. Got to the end of the round. So our win conditions been happened. So we defeated the Robe Ogre, and all Gizmoblins have been defeated. So the epilogue reads as: the last of the strange machines explodes in a shower of sparks, gears, and noxious black smoke. All around the hidden room inside the Red Dragon Inn's basement, the few constructs that are still functioning lurch to a stop and topple face first onto the ale-soaked floor. The lone Gizmoblin bravely tries to continue the fight, crawling towards you with its one remaining arm. Danger room program error 404, it says in an electronic voice that becomes gradually slower and quieter. Battle not found. Then the Gizmoblin's servos seize and its red eyes go dark. You survey the room. Several barrels broached in the battle continue to disgorge their contents all over the floor. The basement's wooden support columns bear the scars, arrows, scorch marks, and acid etching of the recent pitched battle. Other than that, the small fortune in artifice machinery that has just fallen beneath your mighty blows, the damage is minimal. In the relative quiet following the battle, Pookie smashes across the floor and runs up Zot's robe to sit upon the wizard's shoulder, leaving ale-stained rabbit prints on Zot's velvety finery. Fiona, apparently because the battle hasn't been finished to her satisfaction, wanders around kicking the constructs in the face. This is going to set us back months, says Wizgilly, wrinkling her nose. It's our fault, though. We should have told you to fight the constructs with padded weapons. Oh, says Fiona. I guess that makes sense, but it's not nearly as much fun. Amidst all this, you hear a strange babbling, fizzing sound coming from the back of the room, splashing through the ale puddles as you resolve and investigate. What in the gold darn heck is going on down here, says Warthorn as he comes clomping down the stairs, the puffball on the tip of his nightcap bouncing against the face that is currently as red as his hair. The whiskers of his normal, well-maintained beard bristle wildly in every direction. I thought we're running bottles and kegs upstairs, not turning the cellar into a mechanical death trap. Look at all this damage here. You've destroyed all my stock. Not all the stock, says Gurky, gesturing theatrically with his daggers at the significant number of lightly damaged barrels. I'd say less than. What you think, Zot? 15%? Zot merely wrings out the hem of his robe and grumbles. What is all this even for anyhow? People come here to drink and unwind, not to get attacked by out-of-control whirligigs and foolery. We just wanted to make you a training room to attract more guests, says Wrench, nervously wringing the neck of his spanner. It was supposed to be a surprise. So, surprise? That's right, says Wizgilly. Even though we caused some damage, I'd say this was a pretty good alpha test of the equipment. Once we make some modifications and track down that short in the wire, we can have it all ready to go. Good as new. No, better than new. I think I saw a way to improve the tactical programming of the constructs. Oh, maybe if I added a remote kill switch, that would solve. Oh, for the love of Korash, grumbles Warthorn, covering his eyes with the palm of one hand. You adventurers will be the death of me, or of the inn, or one or the other. In the silence that follows, the mysterious burbling and fizzing noise sounds as if it's both louder and closer. Warthorn takes a deep breath to calm himself. Look, I appreciate the offer and all your hard work, I really do, but I really wish you'd have asked me before. Wardy, says Grecky, pointing to a distant corner of the room. Don't call me Wardy, says Warthorn. Now look, it's late. Why don't you leave off this training room nonsense for now? Tomorrow morning you can ask Olivia for some cleaning supplies and then... Sorry to keep interrupting, Thorny, says Gurky, gesturing to the corner again. But I was just wondering, is the floor meant to be doing that? You all turn to look at the corner of the room, just in time to watch a large section of the basement floor give way, crashing down into darkness with a thundering boom, taking a rack of ale barrels and several broken construct carcasses with it. What in the bleeding heck is all that? Mutters Warthorn, his face falling. A pack of oozing, multicolored slimes begins undulating over the lip of the huge, dark hole in the basement. They burble and fizzle as they swarm over ale puddles, splintered barrels, and the broken constructs alike. Soon the back corner of the basement is covered in a shuddering carpet of myriad colors and textures. That's bad, says Deirdre. No, that's awesome, says Fiona. I'm assuming, says Zot, looking from the advancing slime back to the party's two artificers, that this is not part of the Danger Room's protocols. No, says Wizgilly, pulling her goggles down over her eyes. No, it's not. Right then, we're going to have to force these slimes back into the hole before they eat the red dragon in. Then we'll need to go upstairs and get our other equipment. Zot pauses to pat Warthorn reassuringly on the shoulder. Don't worry, my friend. We won't let them destroy our livelihood. Thanks, says Warthorn, looking on in stunned disbelief. Much appreciated. Then it says stopped. Read finishing scenario 1 in the walkthrough, page 17. Page 17. Finishing scenario 1. You did it! Our heroes are saved the day once again. After each scenario, clear all the damage tokens, power and debuff tokens, charge and cooldown tokens, and return them to supply. Heroes start fresh and fully healed at the start of each scenario. After the epilogue section of each scenario, you will find the reward section detailing which cards will be revealed from the vault and added to the respective heroes and shared armory. Open the shrink-wrapped vault cards and take the indicated cards from the vault and reveal them. These new cards can be used in subsequent games. Store the remaining vault cards in the box without looking at them. You'll unlock them later. Add the new hero cards to each hero's collection of game components. Be sure to take all the new hero cards, even ones for heroes that you did not play this game, then use all of the item cards to create the armory. Include the items you just got from the vault, plus the 6 improvised items that the hero started with. Again, be sure to include the items from the heroes you didn't play this game. And it says the armory. This is a collection of item cards that are available to the heroes at the start of each scenario. From this point forward, throughout the campaign, you will have the opportunity to start each scenario to customize your hero's loadout by selecting the item cards you want to use. We'll go into more detail about how you'll use the armory in scenario 2, but for now, take the items each hero started with, plus the newly acquired items, and store them together in a bag. When you're ready to start scenario 2, read on. So it says rewards, unlock the following from the vault. So I will try to... I don't know where the...
Would you?
Just need something to open this.
I don't think I have any
No, I'm good.
on my side.
I'm good. Okay. Hello? Okay. Oh, wow. That's a lot of cards, like jammed in there. Okay. Come on. No. Okay.
Don't drop them.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I like
Stop.
that.
This is the vault. Don't look at the cards in the vault unless instructed to do so. I'm assuming I'm looking at the number 1 side.
Yeah, 1 to 21.
Oh yeah, whereas unlock the following from the vault. New heroes go to their new hero cards go to the heroes. New item cards added to the armory. Vault 1 through 21. Holy crap, there's a lot of cards
But
here.
I guess if it's some for each character,
Yeah. Yeah, like that's a huge deck of stuff. But I'm sure each scenario will get some rewards from there. I'll just put that all back. Let's see what we got.
Oh, I mean, just the look of them, I'm excited.
Whoa. Okay. So for my character...
This is going to make me not want to change.
I know, that's the problem when you start leveling up a character. You're like, oh, I want to see where they go.
Yeah.
But it's like, I just want to try different characters.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't switch for next scenario, but I'll try later. But this one just, I've come to help. So it's 3 charges. So I can only use it 3 times in the whole scenario. A leap of 3. It's only a shenanigan. And then you are a friend in range to gain a shield. So it's just more supporty kind of ability.
Okay.
And is there anything else for me? Oh yeah, this too. Gather round, time for a mass heal. Oh, so I'm the healer. Oh, cool. So 3 charges through the whole scenario. You may move 1. Each friend, you heal 3. Friends adjacent to you heal 2. All other friends heal 1. So it's like a positioning puzzle. And then for your character, cool, we get 2 new abilities already. Make room for Gog. So this gives you...
This will give me some stuff.
Yeah, it gives you some tokens at the start. So you got some defense, which is nice. It's a 2 cooldown shenanigan. If in either order, you may grab an adjacent figure and push an adjacent figure. So you could grab, then push, or push, then grab.
Okay.
Which is neat to set up your other.
Another shenanigan. Okay. Okay.
And then Gog say hello.
Oh, I'm liking this one.
So 3 cooldown action, leap for 3. And if you can position yourself against a bunch of enemies, you get to roll 2 dice against all of them.
The leap will help, hopefully, with that positioning. Okay. That's very cool.
There are more complicated characters. I think the wizard with the bunny is a little more complicated because he has like a little companion, but his abilities even come with like a rules instruction card.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of cool. There's like rogue and all the other ones. So all of them, I'll put them all in separate bags after stream. That's kind of cool. And then we have some items.
Oh, and you're right. They do have text on them. Is there some heal in there?
First, we have 4. Oh, I see. Okay,
Oh,
so it's like, yeah, in case all players want to have one of the same, I guess.
I like that.
So 4 of the Potion of Energy. It's a shenanigan. This symbol we haven't seen yet. This is a one-time use in the whole scenario. It goes back to this pool of cards, I believe, but it's like lost for that session once you spend it. You are an adjacent friend. Invigorate 4. So like you can cool down a whole ability on and use it again. Or recharge 1.
We don't know what recharge
What is recharge?
We haven't learned that one yet.
Oh, recharge is putting a charge back on like my abilities.
Oh.
That's what I would guess. Yeah. It's kind of like invigorating one of those abilities that are limited. So you can make them like a 4 per scenario charge ability.
You're correct.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. I was wondering if there'd be ways to put charges back on those. That
yeah,
makes
you can
sense.
just never have more than what you're allowed.
Oh, okay. And then we have 4 of the Potion of Scrapes, which is you are an adjacent friend, heal for 4.
Interesting.
So I think the damage output of the enemies is definitely going to pick up if they're giving us heal abilities now. But I'm assuming we won't really get tested till like we get out of the walkthrough, but who knows? But that's cool. So these will go in with all of these, I think, to an armory. And then it's going to tell us in the next one, in the next chapter, I think. Where's the hero section? Yeah, in the hero section, it's much larger next time. So it talks about choose one of each class of item, 1 major and 1 support item, and put them near your hero mat as like the 3rd step there. So I don't know. How do you know what a item type is?
Maybe that will be described to us.
Maybe that's what these symbols are? Yeah, I'm sure it'll teach us, I would hope. But yeah, I don't know. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Major items have that symbol, and support items have that symbol.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
So we're allowed 1 and 1?
Yeah, we'll read all this on the next stream, explaining there's like new rocky terrain stuff. There's immunities on enemies, it looks like. We'll get some of these tokens added in the game. So like I said, I'm not going to judge this game until we see the full breadth. And again, some of the scenarios will change on what enemies, how the phases work. There'll be different steps and stuff. Obviously, new maps, new terrain. Like, yeah, I want to see where it goes and how complicated and how wacky it gets. Because obviously, this like seems super simple, but it's like this is great for players who are like new to gaming. You can like get your family and friends who are new to gaming to play a dungeon crawler with you and like ease them into this, and then jump into Jaws of the Lion after this if they like it, you know, and then work your way up to more, you know, complex, puzzly, thinky stuff. But yeah, this so far seems pretty neat. Yeah, so I'll hold my main judgment until we get like like at least through like scenario 5.
Yeah,
and then we'll kind of see where the game's going. Are we still having fun? Do we want to keep going? Is it not boring? Is it challenging? Does it seem too easy or not? I know there's ways to like change the difficulty and things. I think there was in there, but yeah. Well, that's 2-player. You only need 2 of each of them. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Y'all gonna be streaming any Gloomhaven 2nd edition? I looked at that. I said I wasn't gonna touch any of that. I didn't look at the crowdfunding campaign, but recently I saw that it was coming out soon. I was thinking of if we went to a convention, like maybe grab a copy. I was thinking for a minute. I had this like moment where I was like, I feel like playing a Haven game again, a little bit. But do I want to play a physical big box Haven game again when there's digital options? I know it's a 2nd edition, But we have already played through Gloomhaven before in the past, completed the story, whatever. And I don't know if I want to start another campaign like that. Like if I were to play a Gloomhaven game again, I would be playing Frosthaven Digital is the next thing that I would, if I wanted my fix, would be playing the Frosthaven Digital version.
Which I think the beta is out, right?
Yeah, it's in early access, but I don't want to be a playtester for them.
Yeah.
And play a buggy version of the game like I did with the first one.
Yeah.
I'll let them figure it all out, and when the game is in full release sometime in the future, and they can take their sweet time. I have no desire to play it right now, but yeah, maybe in the future I'll play the digital version if I'm in the mood for it. But right now I'm having fun playing physical board games and trying different dungeon crawlers and stuff, trying different games. So that's just where I'll keep going. But yeah, I have no desire really to play Gloomhaven Second Edition. It's cool that it exists, like for people who've never played a Gloomhaven to go grab Gloomhaven Second Edition instead of the first one.
Yeah.
And supposedly it'll have improvements in it. But again,
We already played through.
yeah, we've already played through it. And it's like, I get worried with Cephalofair, or however you say it. What they think is an improvement to their game sometimes is just more busy work and actually deters from the good and magic stuff of the game. They take away from that by improving them. So like, yeah, so like, I don't know. Like that Forgotten Circles expansion for Gloomhaven was supposedly like, here's an expansion we're adding on to the game, and like overall people just didn't like it. And then Frosthaven, there's like, again, a general consensus. They added all this like town phasey stuff and crafting and bookkeeping and all this stuff, and it's like people just didn't want to add more time to their game session at the end of bookkeeping. It just added too much to the game. It like less of the fun was being played in your play session because there was more
Busy work?
more busy work. Yeah, and it's just like, that's not an improvement. And then when they said they're going to improve Gloomhaven using what they learned from Frosthaven and apply like a Frosthaven coat of improvement to like Gloomhaven, I went, ooh, I don't know what they're doing to it, but I don't know. I don't really want to be a part of that, but who knows? I don't know what they actually did because I never went to the crowdfunding campaign once to read anything what they're doing for second edition, so I have no idea. Because I just wasn't interested in it. Buell has a question. Oh, Ed, yeah, maybe I go to PAX Unplugged. I'm talking about it. I get press access to it and stuff, so I get it every year, but it's like, I don't know. It's like, it's at a weird time of the year. But we'll see. It's always on my radar. Every year I debate going. But again, it's in the US. We're Canadian, so like, right now is not the greatest time to be traveling for financial and other reasons. So it's like, yeah, just the dollar's kind of shot and tariffs and weird things. Like I heard going to Gen Con was like kind of rough too because since a lot of publishers, the tariffs affected them getting products. So a lot of new hot games weren't really there for sale as normal. So it's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know if I want to drive all the way to PAX Unplugged when like the publishers just have demos on tables, like, which is cool to try games in person or hear them spew about them, but I can also just see that on a YouTube video. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need to travel, but maybe. Like, I want to go, but I just know it won't be as good as a PAX Unplugged will be in 4 years from now, for example, kind of idea. So we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
we do want to go eventually.
Yeah, I do want to check it out for sure. But yeah, so it's still a possibility. Buell says, I have a question. Not this game related. I was watching someone play some Frosthaven and he drew the 2 times. The question is, does the extra damage for poison happen before or after the 2 times?
Yogi answered and says, poison just adds +1. So yeah, you apply the times
I
2
think
with
so.
+1 damage.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Again, I haven't played one of those in a while, but I'm
Yeah,
pretty
I
sure.
remember.
And again, when we play so many different dungeon crawlers that all have poison,
Yeah.
all have doubling damage, it's like everyone does it a little different, but yeah. I think so. There was stuff that doesn't get doubled, but I don't remember now. Or happens after that. But yeah. I would trust what Yogi's saying.
Same.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. Apophenia says, I've been playing on the hardest difficulty. It has felt like a good difficulty to me.
What is this? This is like standard.
I'm
there's
just doing
like
the
one
default.
level?
Yeah, I'm just doing the default, but I feel like there was something, maybe it's in the reference guide, but there is a way they say that if you're playing and it's like, oh, right there, thank you, yeah. Here. So if you're ever wondering what cards you should have at a certain level, if you just want to play a scenario straight out, you can just check here and it'll tell you. But up here, no, maybe it isn't this. I thought it was, I saw it, I swear I saw it, which talked about like, there's a way to just like make a scenario harder. And if you're, or if you found it too easy, just reset it up and play it harder. Like, or if you're having trouble, just drop it down. But I forget where that was. I read it like yesterday, I think. I don't remember.
That's okay.
Apofini will know and say in the chat, I'm sure, in a second. Yeah, I don't remember how you tell the change the difficulty.
I see this one actually.
There's no index even in, this is like the rule book, but it's also the walkthrough. But there's no like table of contents or anything to like look stuff up. It's kind of annoying. Even though it's only like 15 pages of rules, it's like, I find it rough to kind of look stuff up. But the rule set's not that complicated, so it's like, it's not bad.
Oh, I don't know if this is the first scenario. If it's the first scenario,
Yeah.
it has difficulty.
Okay.
Just have instructions on setup for higher difficulty.
Gotcha. So it is later.
okay.
We'll learn about that. Okay.
That
I
makes
thought I read it, or maybe I read it online when I was researching the game or something, but I remember there was something mentioned about difficulty. Okay. So we'll try that. We'll play around with it. We'll see how it goes when we're in those, when the training wheels are off. We'll see. Yeah. Thanks for that tip. I appreciate that. Okay. I guess that's it. There you go. That's chapter 1 of, or no, sorry, scenario 1 from chapter 1 of Tales of the Red Dragon Inn. So stay tuned. We're going to play through all the way through 4, and we'll get through the walkthrough, see how it goes, see what gets introduced. So if you're interested to see how the game evolves, stay tuned. All the playthroughs will be in the video description in the playlist link, or just subscribe, turn on your reminders. Don't forget the like button before you leave. And again, if you notice anything or have any questions, leave it in the comments down below. And we'll see you guys. I'm going to schedule the next stream, I think, in 2 days. I'll schedule that after we're done here. And again, you'll find that in the playlist down below. And then we'll play through the first 4, probably try scenario 5. We'll see how we're liking the game. So stay tuned for that. If you're watching this and you noticed in the playlist we're on scenario 15, or episode 15, we're obviously liking the game, having a good time. So take your time, catch up to us if you want, and we'll see you in the future. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.